Guys, so this is just a little update video on the 1980 Honda Civic. I kind of messed up and I forgot to film the finishing parts of when I was doing the front suspension. So in the other videos, it shows how I did the rear suspension, and so now it sits on the 1993 Civic suspension in the rear, and it also sits on it in the front. I have the fender on this side, but I'll go to this side. So I had to refab the strut towers and make them quite a bit wider to have an upper control arm. And then there's a little bit of a gap over here, but I'm just going to lay a bead on the inside and then just weld that to the bead, and then I'll grind it all down and make it look nice. But that's what it looks like now. So these outside these plates on the side, they're 14 gauge steel all the way around, and I haven't welded them on the outside yet, but they're all welded on the inside. And then now it's got the upper control arm, and then I'm going to get some different upper control arms so then it can adjust the camber. And then the rear's all done, and you can push on the car now. It rolls back and forth. So things that still need to be done is I need to go get some steering. I need to go get this piece because it's longer, so then I can have steering. The one on the 1980 Civic's really short, but the rack will work with that other piece. And then I just need to finish making my traction bar and the wishbone setup down there where it bolts to that lower control arm right there. So still a couple things to do, but at least it's all set up, it's rolling, it sits on its own weight. I have these top plates just tacked in right now. I'm gonna fully weld them pretty quick here, but yeah, she sits on her own weight, and now it's got way bigger brakes in it. I'm not sure if you can see them or not, but I'll try to show you. They take up like almost the whole inner diameter of the rim. These are only 15-inch rims, but these front hubs are actually off of an Integra, like the front knuckles. And the reason I got these ones is because they have bigger brakes than the Civic. So it's got some big brakes in the front. It's got the Integra brakes on the back as well, so it's got discs in the rear. But I just picked like all the suspension stuff off of the EG because it was the same as the Integra, besides the knuckle just allowed a bigger rotor to go on, but all the other parts are still all the same. So it sits on EG coils, EG lower control arms in the rear. Technically the lower control arms in the front are off of an Integra, but they're the same as the EG. And I'm gonna buy brand new ones anyways because the bushings in the fronts are pretty toast. I need new wheel bearings in the rear. It's pretty bad. These ones are absolutely toast. I don't even know how someone was driving with them. And they're just used parts because I was just mocking everything up. I'm gonna buy new stuff when I do the final assembly. And then for brake lines and stuff, I found a kit from a guy down in the States that sells a braided brake line kit that runs everything from your master all the way to your calipers. So it comes with all the line to go to the proportion valve. It comes with braided line that will run from the front to the rear, and then there's little braided lines that will connect to that will go to your caliper, which is a common upgrade people do to cars anyways, is stainless steel braided lines. Like this is one right here. So this goes from his hard line up there, goes to a braided line, and then that feeds all the way to your caliper here, and then that pushes the hydraulic fluid in, and that's how your brakes work. But yeah, so I'm gonna get that kit. It's about 400 or 450 bucks. Not too bad. It's not China or anything. It's actually good quality, made in the USA. So hopefully there's no leaks or anything like that. And I figured Mitch's car is only a little bit longer than my car. So worst case, I just do a quick loop of the line underneath the car if I have extra line. But I think that's gonna be my best option for doing brake lines and stuff, because the old setup in this car was pretty bad. The brake lines were kind of damaged, and this will just be a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the other video either, but another quick thing. So I just learned that you can buy stuff for the hydraulic transmissions, so then you can have a cable, so you can put them into a cable clutch car. And I didn't know that existed, but before I knew that existed, I made this thing. So basically what I did was I took the master cylinder for the clutch and I just made this little bracket for it, and I notched it out, and I haven't welded it yet, but it's going to get welded something like that inside. So then I just have the lines coming out of here. I'll probably still put the reservoir in the engine bay or somewhere inside the car, but so then the pedal works and everything for the clutch. So that's what I did for the hydraulic stuff. I didn't have to modify the pedal box too much, and this was the simplest way I figured it would work. A couple other things, I might add some little structural bars to this piece of the piece that holds the wheel. When we took the dash out in this car, it actually has like a metal cage underneath the dash that runs across the whole front. But in this car, it's a lot smaller and you're a lot closer to the windshield, so they never did any of that. But the dash is also pretty tiny. It only sticks out about that far. So, but yeah, that's a little update video. Next step is building the engine way over there, not the RB20, but the B16 that's right beside it. I have all the parts. I just need to order pistons and get the block honed out. I got everything else for it, and then the motor can go back in with the transmission, and I'm just going to test drive it up and down my block. Maybe throw the glass in it, just like tape it in or something, and just go for a little drive, put some day plates on it or something, and throw seats and all that kind of stuff back in it, and just drive it around, figure all the little stuff, dial in the suspension, you know, figure out the intercooler, the turbo setup, and all those kind of stuff that needs to be done. And then I'm going to take the whole car back apart and build the body kit for it, and then I'm going to paint the car again, better this time. I've learned from my mistakes last time, and I'll paint the body kit as well, and then it'll all go back together as final assembly, and then the car will be on the road. So not a whole lot left to do, just need to save up a bit more money, and this thing will be on the road. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.